Hey guys, hope everybody's having a great day so far. Pouring rain here. I was going to be working on that Isuzu, Chevy Isuzu truck, but I got to do it outside. It's raining, so I get to work on the Ranger. So this is the one with the heat that's on all the time. I pulled the dash back. It's actually not that difficult to do. It didn't even take me an hour, I think, to get to this point. So now I can actually see down into the heater box. And this is where everything goes together. And if you look close, get on there. That's the door. And you can see it's broken. There's a chunk broken off of it. The door itself actually turns, but it's got a chunk broken out of it. It's right there. So the square is missing. I'm hoping the piece is broken off and on the inside, because I can fix that. That's not an issue. So now I got to work on getting that part out and go from there. Luckily with this, the AC is a separate unit underneath the hood. It's kind of like how GM used to do their stuff years ago. Like that, it's a separate box and that. Which is fine. That actually makes my life a little bit easier because I don't have to drain down the AC system. So I got to disconnect the heater hoses and then unbolt what I have to from there, and then unbolt what I have to in here. I did take the steering column out. Sometimes you don't have to. It's right there, but I did just to make my life a little bit easier. Because really, at that point, once I had it lowered, just to get it out, it was just a one pinch bolt on the shaft there. You can see right there, and that came right out. So really not too big of a deal. And like I said, this really took only an hour. But going back together, I'm going to probably need a hand on one side or the other, because as soon as you get all the bolts out, it kind of drops. So it is a bit heavy. That's about it. So I did use a piece of cardboard, scrap cardboard, just to protect the seat, because I don't want the bottom piece to cut into the seat. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get the actual box out next, and we'll see if I can't find that piece that's in there. Hopefully I can. Otherwise I'm going to have to get some epoxy and make something. So anyway, let's see what happens. Well, I was wrong. So apparently you do have to take the evaporator case out, because there's one nut hidden behind the case. Yep, one nut. So, yeah, I got to pull this whole thing out now, because down underneath all of this, there's one nut. And if you come over here, you can't even see it. But it is, where the hell is it? You could just about see the back end of the stud coming through. So, thanks, Ford. Thanks. Couldn't figure out a different way to do that? And you just added 2 hours to the job. Whatever. I wound up not actually having to suck this thing down, the Freon that is. I already did. The machine is still on it. So I may as well complete it at this point. But I got it unbolted and I dragged it back from the firewall, and now I can actually get to that bolt. Or nut, rather. See it right there. But even still, why do you got to hide something like that? It just makes no sense. So now I can get to that and I get the box out. Alright, so the box is completely out. No longer in said vehicle. But I got an issue. I got a problem. It's not serviceable. It's a new one by me. But the box is glued together. So here you can see the broken piece. And it's not anywhere in the box. I checked. I flipped this thing over and rattled it around. There's nothing floating around in there, so it must have fallen out at some point in this car's life. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do there, but the heater core itself is serviceable. It's got screws holding it down, holding this cover down, so you can get the heater core out. But usually you could split the case here. Usually it's got screws or clips or something holding it together. There's nothing. This thing is actually plastic welded together, or glued or whatever. So now what? Whoops, there we go. So now what? Got to figure this out. Either we're going to have to try to find a used heater box somewhere. I don't know. Not quite sure what to do. Got any suggestions? I mean, I could probably cut that section out to get the door out, and then, you know, plastic weld it back together. Then I'll just have to make a piece to fit the door. I don't know. What do you guys think? What would you do? If you get anything out of my videos, hit the like button. If you could, please subscribe. Help me make more videos. I'm going to sit there and ponder this one and try to figure out what to do. I'll keep you posted. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Keep wrenching.